You know, the underlying theme of this trip was going to be like awesome RV parks on the water, and it has been, but it also appears to be awesome RV parks at the end of narrow roads.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what makes these RV parks even better, is that they're a little off the beaten path.
Yeah. Maybe.
So you have to work for them, and it makes it that much more worth it.
What would you say, about 20% of the campgrounds we stay at have an escort?
Probably. We don't tend to stay in fancier ones, so we don't always get the golf cart escort. So when we do, we're like, ooh, we fancy.
So apparently we are going to miss it, but on the weekends they have bands and food trucks and lots of fun stuff to do. We are not going to be here on the weekend, but this whole pavilion is dedicated to fun on the weekends, and we're a little bummed that we were going to miss it.
It really looks really cool, and we're leaving Saturday morning, and apparently Saturday night is when they do it. So maybe worth a visit coming back so we can actually experience that. Food trucks and music at a campground, good in my book.
We're just kind of out walking around, exploring a little bit. There are some trails, there's a disc golf course as well, there's a pool. It looks like a really nice campground.
Yeah, we keep walking and then finding something new every few feet or whatnot. So I feel like we got, oh yeah,
got these little areas to have a fire. They've got some volleyball nets set up over here, and one of the only gated RV parks that we've been to.
When you check in, you get a little gate key, and you just tap it against the sensor, and then you get to go in. So a little extra added security.
Makes it feel a little more premium.
I cannot wait to get out on that water.
Yeah, the water looks great. It's located right on the river. So if you guys have a kayak or a paddleboard with you, you can take it right down to the water. And I can't wait to get out on that water, maybe tomorrow.
I think tomorrow sounds good. When I tell you all that I am spoiled, I mean it. I slept in a little bit this morning, didn't get up till like 8:30 or so, and I'm like, what is that noise? Better yet, what is that smell? Mike was already up cooking bacon and eggs on the Blackstone, so I'm a little spoiled. So we're gonna eat some breakfast here today, and then I think we're gonna explore the park.
And
paddleboard.
picture with me.
Okay, so we have had a really good time spending the last few days here at Cummins Ferry RV Park.
Mike actually knows where we're at. It's impressive.
I had to look it up, not gonna lie. This is a really, we kind of throw around hidden gems sometimes with some of the places that we stay, but this is really the epitome of a hidden gem. It's literally at the end of the road, tucked away right alongside of the water, and it's got its own like little town feel to it.
Yeah, definitely a community feel. We got here on a Wednesday night and we kind of walked around that night. And then Thursday night there was a potluck and we went to the potluck with a bunch of people. We're checking out today on Saturday, and apparently we should have stayed one more day because on Saturdays they have food trucks and musicians come in, and I think that's so cool.
Yeah, they have like a whole event calendar on their Facebook page, letting people know who's coming and singing and what food trucks are coming in. And really, we're kind of bummed that we have a booking tonight because we would like to stay one more night.
All the sites here are paved that we've seen. A couple have a little bit of like a gravel extension on the back. There's mostly back ends, but there's also some pull-throughs in the middle. There's basically 3 rows of sites. So it's big, but it's small at the same time. Like you don't get that feel of this huge RV resort. We've gotten to know our neighbors over the past couple of days just being here.
The plan was that we would check in here and we could go check out a couple of the distilleries along the Bourbon Trail, which we took you guys last year on some places. But after spending some time here, we just decided that it was so nice here that we just decided not to go anywhere. Yeah. We will also mention that the drive-in looks a little daunting, but it is actually fine coming in. There are tons of other rigs here that are way bigger than us. It's just gorgeous over here. It really feels like, you know, you're really tucked away in the woods.
But you're really not that far from anything. Like Lexington's not that far away. We intended to go to Four Roses, and that's like a 20-minute drive. Again, didn't end up going. The Ark Encounter isn't too far. Shaker Village. We haven't heard any traffic noise. I feel like we're out in the middle of nowhere.
One other thing I will quickly mention is that there is no cell service. We couldn't get our Wi-Fi to work. They do have internet in the park. It appears to be Starlink, like they have a whole Starlink system, and it works about as good as the other park Wi-Fis you've probably encountered.
Yeah, when it works, it's working great. It's a little intermittent, but honestly, it was really nice for us. When we first got down here, I was like, no cell service, uh-oh, and I was like, you know what, that's nice. You're on vacation, you don't want your boss texting you, you don't want your kids calling you saying, I can't find my shoes. It's honestly been really nice, and if you really needed cell service, it's like a 5-minute drive until you get it.
It is so gorgeous out on the water. We showed you guys some of that yesterday on our paddleboards. Genuinely amazing.
Yeah. We spent a few hours out on the paddleboards and my legs were tired and I was like, I don't want to go in. But even though it's a river, it's not super fast flowing. So we just floated on our paddleboards. I didn't expect any of that. I knew it was on a river, but I didn't expect as nice as it is. And like Mike said, if you don't have your own kayaks or paddleboards, they have kayaks to rent and the prices are honestly pretty reasonable.
Just go. If you guys are going to be in the area, this is the RV park to stay at.
I wouldn't be surprised if we're back so we can experience the Saturday night food trucks and live music.